Welcome to News Briefs. Today is May 3, 2025.
Glad to be here.
We've got a really interesting mix of sources you sent over today. It covers tech trends, global news, even a bit of sports and entertainment.
Yeah, quite a range.
So our mission today is basically to sift through all this, pull out the crucial stuff, and try to connect the dots for you. Cut through the noise,
Let's do it. And looking through these, a really strong theme that just jumps out is the sheer speed of tech evolution. It's relentless.
Absolutely. One source even laid out 25 new technology trends for 2025. That's a lot to chew on.
It is. We probably can't hit all 25, but some definitely stand out, like generative AI.
Right, that seems to be top of the list everywhere. This is AI that can create, human-like content, right? Text, images, code.
Exactly. And the impact is expected to be massive across industries. Productivity boosts, new ways of working.
And that stat was pretty striking. 71% of leaders are apparently more likely to hire someone less experienced if they have Gen AI skills.
Yeah, that tells you something about where things are heading. It's becoming a core competency. And the market size projection is just huge. What was it? $667.9 billion by 2030.
Almost $668 billion. It's kind of staggering. Think about using it for, generating personalized marketing materials instantly.
Or even helping scientists design experiments, or architects draft initial building concepts. The potential applications are really broad.
Okay, so beyond AI, what's next? Connectivity seems key too. 5G expansion.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Faster speeds, more reliable connections. The source mentioned peak rates up to 20 gigabits per second.
Which is just incredibly fast compared to what many people have now.
It is, and it's not just about downloading movies faster on your phone, though that's nice.
Right.
It's the foundation for so many other trends, like the Internet of Things or IoT, especially in smart cities.
Connecting sensors and devices all over the city.
Exactly. Managing traffic flow, energy usage, public services.
Mm-hmm.
You need that robust, low-latency 5G network to make it all work smoothly in real time.
Makes sense. Then you've got VR and AR, virtual and augmented reality. They're becoming more immersive, easier to use.
Yeah, VR 2.0, they're calling it sometimes.
Yeah.
Moving beyond just gaming. Think training simulations, retail experiences.
Trying on clothes virtually.
Or seeing how furniture looks in your actual room using AR on your phone. AR overlays digital info onto the real world. So yeah, retail, real estate, education, training. Lots of potential there.
And autonomous vehicles. Still progressing?
Seems so. Maybe not fully self-driving cars everywhere tomorrow, but definitely progress in integrating autonomy into things like public transport, freight, logistics.
Right, like delivery trucks or buses on dedicated routes. The goals are what? Fewer accidents, lower emissions?
Those are the big drivers, yeah. Safety and efficiency.
Okay, what else from that big tech list stood out?
Well, blockchain keeps popping up. Not just for crypto anymore.
Oh, right, for things like supply chain transparency.
Exactly. Tracking goods, ensuring authenticity. Also secure voting systems, managing medical records securely. It's about verifiable trust.
And edge computing, that's about processing data locally, right?
Pretty much. Instead of sending everything to a central cloud, you process data closer to where it's generated. Crucial for things needing real-time responses.
Like autonomous vehicles again, or industrial robots?
Precisely. Reduces lag. Then there's personalized medicine.
Using our own genetic data and lifestyle factors.
Yeah, to tailor treatments.
Yeah.
Especially in cancer care. More precise diagnostics and therapies.
That sounds incredibly promising.
It is. And related in a way is neuromorphic computing, building chips that sort of mimic the human brain.
To do what? Recognize patterns better.
Yeah, process sensory data more efficiently. Still early days, maybe, but interesting.
And we can't forget green energy tech.
Definitely not. Lots of innovation in solar, wind, bioenergy, always focused on making it cheaper and more efficient.
And that green hydrogen market you mentioned earlier, that projection was pretty specific. $3.83 billion in 2025 with like 55% growth.
Yeah, that's a huge jump. It signals a real push, especially for hard-to-decarbonize sectors, using renewables to create hydrogen fuel.
Okay, keep going. There are more. Wearable health monitors.
Right, tracking metrics continuously, giving personalized health insights, getting smarter all the time.
Extended reality, XR, for training. That combines VR and AR.
Yep. Immersive training for complex jobs, healthcare, manufacturing, that sort of thing. Practice without risk.
Voice activation seems to be getting better too.
More accurate, more integrated into everything. Homes, cars, public spaces.
Then there's synthetic media. Deepfakes, virtual influencers.
That one's fascinating and a bit scary, right? AI-generated content. raises huge ethical questions alongside the entertainment possibilities.
Definitely. Advanced robotics, AI in cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity is critical. As tech gets more complex, so do the threats. AI is needed just to keep up with detecting and responding automatically.
Digital twins, virtual copies of physical things.
Yeah, for simulation, testing, optimization before you build or change the real thing. Really useful in manufacturing and engineering.
Sustainable technology as a broader theme, too.
Absolutely. Focusing on eco-friendly design, energy efficiency, circular economy stuff. It's becoming a priority.
Telemedicine continues to expand.
Right. Remote consultations, digital health platforms became huge during the pandemic and seems here to stay.
Nanotechnology, manipulating tiny, tiny things.
At the atomic level, yeah. Big potential in medicine, new materials.
And finally, AI treason, trust, risk, and security management for AI.
Kind of loops back to the start, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ensuring AI is used responsibly, reliably, securely, that's going to be incredibly important.
Wow, okay. That's a lot of change happening all at once. And it impacts jobs too, right? The sources mention specific roles being in demand.
For sure. AI specialists, quantum computing engineers, data privacy officers reflecting these trends, 5G engineers, VR developers. Skills in AI, cybersecurity, quantum, sustainable tech are really highlighted.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and look at the broader world these trends are happening in. What's the global news snapshot telling us today, May 3rd?
Well, in U.S. politics, reports suggest continued tensions within the Trump administration. Personnel changes, clashes with the press.
Yeah, I saw that note about a federal judge ordering the White House to restore press access for AP journalists. Something about renaming the Gulf of Mexico.
Seems like that was the flashpoint, yeah. It points to ongoing friction.
And there's budget talk. A big military budget proposal.
A $1 trillion proposal, apparently, with significant cuts planned for non-defense spending. That's sparking debate in Congress, as you'd expect.
Immigration policy also remains front and center.
Yes, reports mention the reinstatement of the migrant protection protocols, the Remain in Mexico policy, and more spending on border security.
And these actions are drawing concerns.
Numerous reports highlight humanitarian concerns around deportations, detentions, including family separations. And there are legal challenges ongoing against several of these policies.
There was also that specific note about an exception for white South Africans, Afrikaners, being invited to seek refuge.
That was mentioned as a notable exception within the administration's broader refugee policy stance.
Interesting. And tying back to tech, some specific news items.
Yeah, a couple of things involving Elon Musk. An alleged agreement between the Army, Musk, and DOGE Coin to cut costs. That sounds unusual.
Very unusual. And the Starbase Texas vote.
Right. Voters there deciding if the area around SpaceX should become an actual city named Starbase. Shows the local impact of these big tech ventures.
Plus that allegation from a former Tesla engineer about deportation threats.
Yeah, another point where tech leadership and personnel issues make headlines.
Okay, shifting to science highlights. Some cool stuff happening there.
Definitely. The Large Hadron Collider reportedly observed the heaviest antimatter nucleus yet, pushing the boundaries of physics.
And a new theory of light, based on dark photons.
Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? And astronomers detected a candidate for Planet 9, though apparently with some skepticism still.
Always searching out there. In biology, a better understanding of how chameleons change color.
A bit lighter, but still fascinating science.
And more seriously, the NIH and HHS launching a platform for universal vaccines against pandemic viruses.
That feels really important, building preparedness for the future based on recent experience.
And AI is being explored to help detect opioid use disorder.
Another example of applying tech to major public health challenges.
We already touched on the green hydrogen market growth.
Right. Experts seem bullish on that reaching the projected $3.83 billion this year, with Europe leading the way currently.
And Whisper Aero, the quiet electric propulsion for planes.
Yeah, innovation aimed at quieter, cleaner aviation. Could make a big difference if it scales up.
On the global economic front.
The OECD reportedly revised its global growth forecast for 2025 slightly downwards, citing trade tensions as a key factor.
A reminder of how interconnected everything is. And news from Latin America.
Reports mention ongoing discussions in Argentina about economic measures and political dynamics, and in Mexico, continued reporting on seismic activity. Standard news cycle items for the region.
Okay, let's briefly touch on sports and entertainment. What's topping the charts?
Well, at the U.S. box office in late April, a film called Sinners was #1, followed by the Star Wars Episode 3 re-release for its 20th anniversary.
Wow, 20 years already.
I know. Then The Accountant 2, a Minecraft movie, and Until Dawn. Lots of sequels and adaptations seem to be the trend.
And music? Billboard Hot 100.
Top tracks mentioned included artists like Kendrick Lamar, SCA, Lady Gaga, Drake, Morgan Wallen, a mix of genres, and ongoing talk about streaming royalties in the industry.
Always a hot topic. Sports briefly.
UK football had the usual transfer rumors and club news. And in U.S. sports, Cam Ward was the first pick in the NFL draft.
Got it. So bringing it all together, you really can see the connections, can't you?
Absolutely. The tech trends aren't happening in a vacuum. They're shaped by politics, economics, societal concerns. And they shape those things in return.
Like the green energy push directly linking to environmental concerns and government policies.
Or how AI advancements impact everything from cybersecurity needs to job skills to how we might diagnose diseases. It's all interwoven.
So what does this all mean for you listening in? Hopefully this deep dive has given you a clearer picture of some key shifts happening across the board.
The pace of change is undeniable, especially in tech.
Right. And understanding these trends, even at a high level, can help you navigate what's coming, whether it's for work or maybe exploring a new field or just staying informed.
And the political and global backdrop is the stage where all this plays out. It provides the context.
Exactly. This was just a snapshot, naturally. Each area deserves way more time. But hopefully it sparked some thoughts. We definitely encourage you to dig deeper into whatever caught your attention. Thanks for tuning in.